Hello, welcome everyone. So today Black Rasta was at Joy FM and he spoke a lot about the happenings in this country. One of the issues he spoke about was the just ended election. And according to him, he thinks the election wasn't free and fair. The EC stole the elections in favor of the NPP. He also added that Nana Akufo is old and corrupt.
You have a 76-year-old, old, corrupt president, my brother, my sister, who has sodomized the whole country with a Japan royalties, sodomized every little person in this country with corruption to the he has been crowned the mother serpent of corruption. You have an old 76-year-old, pretending to fight corruption president. My brother, my sister, declared winner in a Kaka Motobi elections. An election that has become nothing but a reminiscent of a chameleon. Because the election results change colors every now and then. And pious little babies say Mahama is traumatized because he has lost again. And for that matter, you should pray for him. If there's anybody you should be praying for, you know who it is. The person who knows the election has been stolen for him. And yet, he is sitting back and trying to find a way to deal with the issues. Now, do you need to be a witch or a wizard in this country to be able to decipher that this election is nothing but crooked? Why are Ghanaians trying to play the ostrich? Sometimes you sit back and you look at this and say, is it that they don't know or they are pretending? If Mahama loses, let it be. We all will come out and let everybody know that, listen, the man has lost and it's time for him to pack up and go. This is not the first time somebody's losing an election. How would you say that Mahama is traumatized? How could he be traumatized when your 76-year-old man is not traumatized and is not exhausted? Who is younger? Who can run faster? And after the elections, you rather claim that the younger and the stronger and the healthier, all other things remaining equal, my brother, my sister, is the one who is traumatized. I'm making a point. Listen attentively. My brother, my sister, let us be very, very objective when it comes to issues like this. You went in an election with a 76-year-old man looking for another 4 years to send him to 80 years, who has garnished himself with nothing but corruption and so many such promises. He had the whole nation's resources to himself as he entered into this election. My brother, my sister, and at the end of it all, he is still struggling to get a majority in parliament. They are still fighting tooth and nail to find out who has the majority and who doesn't have the majority. When your ministers and deputy ministers, arrogant ministers and deputy ministers, who thought that once they had power, that was it, and went to bed flaunting arrogance and irresponsible behavior to the same electorate who voted them into power, decided to show them the door. You're not bothered about that. Your 76-year-old president went into the election with the nation's full resources at his disposal. Mahama went into this election surrounded by slave queens. Mahama went into these elections surrounded by Okada riders. Mahama went into this election with nothing from the state. At the end of it all, the election got stolen. They ask you, bring evidence. The evidence is staring you right in the face of Mensah. Now, Mensah continues to change these elections over and over. And instead of objective Ghanaians Instead of having objective, Ghanaians sit back and say, hey, we are not too enthused about the way the EC has changed the results over and over. For that matter, there is a very, very calculated calmness over this country. We want this calmness to continue whilst the election results are being forensically dealt with. But no, idiots will continue going around, yeah, and Mahama is disgraced. Oh, I see. Common sense. You should be clapping for Mahama, a broke Mahama, who went into this election with nothing. Your 76-year-old had all the resources of the nation behind him. Corruption surrounded him. Ejapa, Domlevo, kicked out of power. My brother, my sister, pretending to fight corruption. Yet, this is the mother serpent of corruption. Do I need to say anymore? He's giving you the run for your money. He's been in opposition for 4 solid years. The first incumbent, my brother, my sister, to lose an election, and he conceded and went away. Why would he not concede again? He should be able to concede. After all, he conceded when he was even in power. Now you go back with your tails in between your legs, saying that the man is traumatized and blah, blah, blah. You are only trying to build a certain atmosphere to try and cover your loss and your stealing. That's it. That's what I see. You are only trying to build an atmosphere to cover up your stealing using Gene Mensah and the rest of those people. Nobody's a fool. Sit back. There's a calmness in the atmosphere. Let people respect that. Let people be very peaceful. But at the same time, let the lessons of the elections be learned. What are the lessons? There are all you big stomach ministers and deputy ministers who thought that by virtue of the fact that you are a minister or deputy minister, by all means you return to parliament, you were kicked out. Now Mahama was able to get several seats around him. Is this a man that you should vilify? Has he not taught you that with all the resources around you, he still came back with nothing and still gave you an election that would need you to manipulate things in order to stay aloft? Hallelujah to the bongo clippings. Some idiot will sit somewhere and say, oh, he's talking party politics. We are bigger than that. Those who know Black Rasta know Black Rasta. We don't talk partisan politics. We talk Ghana. We talk Africa. Let the spade be called a spade. And don't go around it trying to call it all sorts of names that are allotted to farm implements. My brother, my sister, let's be honest. Mahama is not even talking. But you guys cannot even jubilate. You guys are hiding in your shells. You are now trying to find out how Mahama was able to run this fast. Thanks to your stealing machinery. Thanks to you guys not trying to call a spade a spade. You are still wallowing in oblivion. But remember, there's still a long walk in the woods. I wish it will not happen, but it will happen. Because these guys are challenging a few other things here and there. Like you went to court and did. At the end of the day, so many months.